We are late this week. Very, very late. What is up, folks? What is up? CJ Haddock, the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast. It is Monday, February 27th, and we are late getting this out. I'm not sure why. This week, buckle in, as I like to say, boys and girls. I'm going to whine about my ankle. We'll have some sports news, Tiger Woods, fat British soccer goalies, our treadmill's dead. I will try desperately and probably fail to avoid talking about President Donald J. Trump. We'll see if we could coax the Queen out of the producer's booth and have her come in and chat, talk about some of her awful TV habits. The Pain and Anger Comedy News Brief, and of course, a recap of last weekend's Pens Flyers Stadium Series, which was like watching a cat play with the mouse before it eats it. All straight ahead, folks. The Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast. Stay tuned. Good day, folks. CJ Haddock again. Come on now. Let's get those emails coming. Send us an email, painangercomedy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @PainAngerComedy. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. Obtain copies via SoundCloud and also directly from our website, painangercomedy.wordpress.com. Thanks again for showing up again another week. Let's get rolling. I'm fed up with this ankle. For those of you who don't know, and many of you may neither know nor care, I sprained my ankle pretty severely a few weeks ago playing men's league hockey. I've been in a walking boot. I am still in a walking boot for most of the time. I've transitioned, but as Helen could tell you, show producer H2, I'm not a patient man. And I am miserable when I can't do what I want. And so guess what? This is my therapy, free therapy. If you think I'm being unreasonable, I would love to hear that, so send me a note. I'm limited. At my age, I don't like being limited, and I'm driving show producer H2 nuts. As a matter of fact, I posted a Facebook post. Not a big fan of reading Facebook posts to you guys, but this one I thought was decent. Let me see if I can try to track it down while we're talking here. On my personal computer that I carry around in my pocket. It's called my cell phone. Amazing invention, these goddamn things. All right, you ready? Here we go. I'm sick of this, gang. I write. A fantasy of mine was to do nothing but sit on the couch and watch hockey and movies, but alas, after 10 days, I'm going mad. I'm in this thing for probably another week in this boot before I can start moving around, and another 2 weeks before I can skate. There'll be a nice rant on the podcast this week. I feel it brewing. Ask anybody, especially Helen. I do not possess, I write, and conclude, the virtue of patience. That pretty much covers it, and there's also a nice photo of myself, actually not myself, of the walking boot that I am imprisoned in, watching a hockey game. Man, just being miserable about it. All right, that's enough about me. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. How do you feel about me? I'm having a better week probably, though, than Tiger Woods. Tiger got a little bit of bad press. PGA golfer Pat Perez, who also has a radio show on, I think it's Sirius XM, took a run at Tiger, and he may have said it meanly, but really what the guy said is kind of true. After telling his audience that Tiger Woods moved the needle when it came to professional golf, which is true. Tiger's 41, and Pat Perez, who's won a few times on the PGA Tour, said, quote, he knows he can't beat anybody. Man, that is brutal. That is brutal, but, probably true. I mean, he can't get through 3 or 4 rounds of golf without his back getting screwed up, and he can't even do press conferences standing up. So Perez says he's got this new corporation, and so he's got to keep his name relevant to keep it going. So he's going to show up to a couple events. He's going to try to play. He's going to try to stay relevant. He's going to show the monster bag, the tailor-made driver. He's going to get on TV. He's got the night clothes. He's got to keep that stuff relevant. But the bottom line, he says, is he knows he can't beat anybody. He knows he shot 77. That guy can't shoot 77. What does he do the next day? He knows he can't beat anybody. Wow. Brutal. That is just brutal. But it's true, and it's kind of sad to see. At age 41, I'm not sure what he's got left in the back. And, maybe I have more left in my right ankle than he's got in his back. I don't know. But more closer to me, and I'll never be mistaken for Tiger Woods. What I might be mistaken for, however, is a big fat British soccer goalkeeper who made some news this week. This guy, there are things in England called the FA Cup matches where really good soccer teams, like from the British Premier League, play shitty teams from 2 and 3 levels down. So this guy, his name is Wayne Shaw. He plays a backup goalkeeper for 5th Division Sutton United and became an overnight sensation on the internet following an FA Cup 5th round game where his team lost to Arsenal 2-0. Arsenal is a pretty good Premier League team. If you watch any kind of Premier League soccer on Saturday, Sunday mornings on MSNBC or NBC, you know that Arsenal is a pretty good team. This guy, this backup goalie, is right in my wheelhouse. He's 46 years old, and this is what I love. It says he weighs anywhere between 280 and 322 pounds, depending on who you ask. So that's almost a 50-pound range. He used to work as an ice cream man, swear to God, and it says he now serves as a stadium caretaker and goalkeeping coach. But this team doesn't have a backup goalkeeper, so on game days he suits up, and you ought to see this guy. He suits up on game day. Apparently, in a game 2 weeks ago, one betting company in England, all sports betting in England is legal. They were offering 8-1 odds that the guy would be captured on camera eating a pie during a match. It was a joke, but the payout was real. And our man, Mr. Shaw, thought said he knew he was aware of the wager. And he said that, and he was ultimately seen at the near the end of the second half of the game eating a meat pie. And he said, Sunbets, which is the gambling house, had us at 8-1 to eat a pie. I thought I would give them a bit of banter and let's do it. All the substitutes were on and we were down 2-0. I went and got it at halftime from the kitchen. I had it prepared and ready to go. It was meat and potato. The guy ate a meat and potato pie. And some of his buddies, I guess, made a few dollars. Now, soccer rules in England say that the player can't be involved in betting of any kind, and he got himself in trouble. I think ultimately he was unfortunately kicked off the team, but the payout was less than 6 figures. But, gambling in sports to that level is not even going to fly in England. But salute to Wayne Shaw. And if you get a chance, Google that guy. He has the most cherub-like happy face I've ever seen, and why wouldn't he? The man is was playing professional soccer and was on TV eating a meat pie. Good for him. Good for him. Boys and girls, I'm having a moment here. Can anyone please tell me if anything I said in the last 5 or 10 minutes was mildly amusing? I just had this existential out-of-body moment where I just thought to myself, have I just wasted the audience's time on 2 stupid stories about Tiger Woods and a chubby soccer goalie from England? I hope I haven't let you down. I hope that was mildly amusing. Now, this is not going to be mildly amusing. It's not even going to be remotely amusing, but it's one of the requirements of the job. So let's get it over with, shall we? Lend me 30 seconds, folks. Lend me your ears. Englishmen, men, women, children. Stamps.com, one of our sponsors. One great resolution you can make this year is to maximize every minute and every dollar for your small business, especially if you send meat pies. I know an easy way to do that, mailing meat pies, I guess, and that's with Stamps.com. Think about how much time you've wasted going to the post office and listening to this podcast, which we're now up episode 25. You know, when you go to the post office, you got to drive there, you got to park, and Stamps.com is just a better way to get postage. You don't need to go to the post office because your post office is already in your house. Use your computer and printer to get official U.S. postage for any letter or package, and the mailman picks it up and hopefully doesn't make small talk with you when he does. With Stamps.com, everything you can do at the post office, you can do at your desk, and you can probably do a couple of more things at your desk that you can do at the post office. And you can do it at a fraction of the cost of one of those expensive postage meters. I could feel my mojo coming now. I've hit my stride. I actually do use Stamps.com, no lie. I'm not just saying that. So sign up for Stamps.com and get special introductory deals on postage, supplies, and everything you need. You can also sign up for a special 4-week trial that includes a postage bonus and a digital scale on which you can weigh meat pies that you may be sending to the UK. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. The Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast and related silliness continues right now. Don't move. Oh, man, did I time that right? That sounds professional right there. And we're back.
Hi.
Guess who's here?
Straight out of the shower again. I feel like you catch me every time I'm in the shower.
Straight out of the shower. That's exactly how I want to think about it. Straight out of the shower. Although I will say for the viewing, listening audience, she is wearing clothes.
Yes.
But
your clothes.
Yes, my clothes. So from straight out of the shower into your homes, ladies and gentlemen, show producer H2, Helen Haddock.
Hi, all.
We just had a fascinating discussion about hair conditioner.
Yeah.
And how it's important to women.
Boys don't get it.
No.
Boys do not understand that if you're in the shower and you're like me, you're absolutely blind without your glasses, that if you reach for your bottle of conditioner and it's in the spot where you reach in that spot where it should be and it's not there, you start to panic a little because you start thinking, crap, I'm naked, I'm covered in soap.
Wait, hold on. Just stop there for a second. Give me a minute. Okay, go ahead.
Stop. This is a G-rated show. So you reach for it. It's not there. You start panicking. Oh, my goodness. Where's my conditioner? Right. There are thoughts of like, you know, just like in the horror movies where it's the goofy white chick that's got to like run out of the shower.
Horror movies, right?
Yes, the horror movies.
Not horror movies, right?
Horror
movies. All right, good.
Where, you know, the chick is running out of the shower naked. She hears something outside. That's how she gets offed all the time. So
wait, that's how she gets off all the time?
No, she gets offed.
Offed. Oh.
Killed.
Okay.
I'm glad you're enjoying this.
You know, for me, for a man who's losing his hair, reaching for the conditioner is a lot like reaching for a mirror.
Right.
You don't really want to.
If you're reaching for conditioner, you're reaching towards Jesus to give you hair seeds.
I'll tell you, you know what pisses me off, Helen? You bring immediate electricity into the studio.
Well, it's the chemistry that you and I have together.
You know, and let's talk about a big lie you told me today. Just actually within the last hour, you told me that you enjoy working out. Now, that's a lie, Helen, isn't it?
I do not like working out.
Okay.
It is a necessary evil.
All right. You said, and I quote, it's hard to get down to there to do it, which I totally agree with. It's hard to get your butt on the treadmill or whatever.
I don't actually like the process of being on the treadmill or exercising, and lately I've been doing it a lot. And
by lately, you mean the last 3 days?
No, you bunghole. The last 2 weeks. Anyway.
Lately, I've been doing the show.
Right.
16 minutes, 26 seconds.
Right, lately. Lately is just a general term. But no, I don't like the actual process of being on the treadmill. I like how I feel afterwards.
Keep talking. I have to go close the door because you just stormed in here like a big clodhopper.
I feel like this is deja vu because I swear we did that last week where you were talking about closing the door and he's gimping towards the door. If you guys could get a mental picture, he's like dragging his foot like Igor because he's had a sprained ankle for a while. So, Master,
I'm not gimping.
You are Gimpasaurus.
I was on the treadmill today.
Like a moron. You were on the treadmill today.
Like a rehab
The doc
patient.
told you 4 to 6 weeks. It's been less than 2 weeks, and you're trying to be Superman.
That's right. I heal early, and I'm a hockey player.
Yeah, you heal late, and you're a big whiny baby.
I heal old, and I heal late.
Right.
What a joy it is to have you here. Have I said that?
Yes, but I'm sure you mean that facetiously.
Well, here's my point about the working out, and I totally understand it. It's like hitting your hand with a hammer.
Right.
My dad told me this joke once. The Polish guy used to like to hit himself in the hand with a hammer because it felt so good when he stopped. That's exactly what working out is. You feel good afterwards.
Right.
It's not fun.
It's not fun while you're doing it. I try to distract myself in every way possible. So I'll have the TV on, and I'll be trying to text people and, making grocery lists or whatever. And I'm sure it's not the most hardcore workout, but, at least you break a sweat and at least you exercise for a while. I'm doing that, trying to get that back into the 10,000 step thing. So who knows? We'll see. Pants feel a little looser, so woohoo.
Oh, that's good. The treadmill died last week.
It did. We
Speaking
had to
of
go buy
working
a
out.
new one.
That treadmill, that old treadmill, actually went through 2 motors in 10 years.
That treadmill I was on it and it went, it just, went to go see Treadmill Jesus.
Treadmills are goddamn expensive, apparently.
They are. I mean, if you want to get something that's halfway decent, not something that we're going to be calling a return next week.
And we got a low, we didn't get like a super great one, but god
mid-level.
That's expensive.
Actually, towards the lower level, because I was trying to price them out, and they were talking about how most treadmills are $2,000 and up. That's crazy.
When I think about sometimes like people who lived in the 1800s, like farmers, they would laugh at us.
Oh, they would, because they'd be out there with Bessie the cow plowing the fields.
Because essentially we're like sedentary, and we have to buy our own hamster wheels for ourselves.
Pretty much.
Because otherwise we won't walk, except back and forth between the refrigerator and the couch.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's true. We have to find reasons to move, but,
Goddamn expensive.
They are.
Anyway.
And I didn't get the warranty because you think warranties are BS.
Yeah, the suckers bet, because they tell you, oh, well, that thing isn't covered by warranty, so you've just paid us $300 for nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I came home and told him that I bought a warranty, he would make me turn around, go back to the store, and take the warranty off.
Yes, I would. I would send her into the soapy shower without...
conditioner.
That's right. All right, look. I'm going to do something here, and I don't like doing it with you here because I don't feel you're responsible.
Should I cover my eyes?
No, I don't feel you're
Is
responsible.
It scary?
It's going to be scary. I'm going to talk about something here, and I have to tell you, I don't trust you on this subject.
Are we talking about TRUMP?
That's exactly right. Now look, let me set it up. You're a little bit too political, and you're a little bit too
the Cheeto in chief.
Yeah, like it's fun. It's fine to make fun of this guy because he's a bozo and a jackass, and we can make fun of his hair, we can make fun of whatever. But let's not talk politics, walls, or healthcare, any of that stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm sure there are many loyal Trump supporters out there.
Right.
But
I'm so sorry.
But see, shit like that costs us listeners. Everybody. This is what's great about America. We can pick whoever the hell we want. Bozo the clown,
right?
Mickey Mouse.
Right.
The guy won. He's in the White House. And actually, for the purposes of this show, that's great.
Actually, if you had to pick a cartoon character to be president, who would you pick?
Popeye.
Really? Why?
Because he's tough.
Yeah, but he kind of like...
And he kicks Bluto's ass.
Yeah, well...
And he has a hot chick, Olive Oil.
Olive Oil looks like she needs a cheeseburger.
Who would you pick?
I don't know, maybe Woody Woodpecker.
Okay, now after that great answer, now you got to explain it. Why?
Because he's very clever.
He hits wood with his beak.
Well, he's got all sorts of cool friends, like Chili Willy the Penguin. I mean, Woody Woodpecker is kind of like, I loved Woody Woodpecker as a kid, so not the new Woody Woodpecker cartoons, the old school ones.
All right, well listen, all right, here we're gonna spend a few minutes on Donald James John, whatever his name is, Trump. You ready? The leaks coming out of the White House are unprecedented, And do you know why?
No.
Because he is an absolute horrible boss.
Mm-hmm.
And people are being passively aggressive in making him look like an idiot.
Well, I mean, I don't think that they have to work too hard.
Next point on my notes here, Helen. He does profoundly stupid things.
Right. Like tweeting.
Tweeting about the Oscars.
Right. He tweeted about the Oscars. He tweets about all sorts of things. And sometimes his tweets will come up on my feed and I think to myself, don't you have a country to run? Like sometimes, if I'm being lazy or something and I'm putting off and I'm sitting there, reading my Twitter feed and I'll think, oh my gosh, I have laundry to do. I have, dinner to cook.
Where was I? Oh, he does really kind of silly things. Like today I saw the news that he authorized his press secretary to confiscate phones of White House staffers to see if they were leaking.
I heard that.
That's what a jackass boss does.
Right.
Okay. And
here's the bottom line. That's what an incompetent boss does, because he realizes that he's doing things the wrong way. So he tries to exert control over the staff by not calling him an idiot.
There it is. Control. That's exactly right.
Exactly.
And we're staying away from politics.
I'm not saying a word. I'm trying really hard to be a good girl.
And, in the private sector, all this stuff could work because he had a ton of money and he wasn't very visible. Now, every time he picks his nose, he's being watched. He's the president.
Guess what? You decided to run for president.
Oh,
so
yeah.
buckle up, buddy.
Yeah, I have said it many times. I've bored our listeners many times with it. I don't think the guy thought he was going to win, and I definitely don't think he thought about what it was going to be like if he did win.
Right, because every single person that he elects to some sort of position either turns him down or has some sort of issues in their background, it's absolutely insane. If somebody, let's say my boss, tried to confiscate my phone as I was walking in, could you imagine that? You just turn to them and be like, okay, piss off.
Hey, man, with some of the pictures that you've sent me from that phone, I think that would be probably dangerous. Yeah, you want to scrub that phone. Speaking of that.
You must need to scrub your phone then, too, because you're on the receiving end.
I am, by delete those.
Yeah, right.
It's not just him either, by the way, and I promise the political discussion or the semi-political discussion will end soon, but it's like he's got a group of cartoon characters around him.
Well, listen, I was just thinking about Sean Spicer.
One of the main cartoon characters who confiscated phones.
Somebody needs to get this boy some Lexapro or some Prozac because, or he needs to pop an Ativan at the beginning of every single press conference, because you watch him. He tries to be all nice and calm and cool and collected in the beginning. But by the end, I swear to God, he has lasers in his eyes, like, Dr. Evil. And he's just like lasering out these press people.
I think too, the Melissa McCarthy impression was so good that
it was great.
It's now seeped into everyone's subconscious. So now people don't know whether they're actually watching Spicer or an imitation of Spicer.
Well, I think also the thing is that, you watch him up there and the more flustered he gets, the more, it's not like he's genuinely getting upset with people. It's that he gets flustered, I think, and he tries to cover it up. And by covering it up, he looks like a Looney Tune.
Yeah.
It's not an easy job to have. I got to give him credit. I mean, the poor guy. Well,
tell you where we are, though, Helen.
Where are we at?
Oscar night yesterday.
Right. Big flub.
Warren Beatty. Time to pick up the white courtesy phone.
Well, here's the deal. The poor dude was handed the wrong envelope. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. But what did he do? Guess at what?
No, he got the envelope for the best leading actress.
Yeah.
And the best leading actress was Emma Stone in La La Land.
Oh.
So he opened it up, and if you watch him, he looks back in the envelope trying to find, the right card. And I don't remember who was with him, but he handed the card to the woman and he was like, you figure it out, basically. And she just saw La La Land on there, so she said La La Land.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And that was Faye Dunaway, who's also about 190 years old herself.
Faye Dunaway. Was that who it was? I didn't really see.
Yeah,
I
think
haven't
so.
seen so
She was
much
pretty
of it.
at one time. Still has, like you have, like an elderly, a matronly kind of beauty to you.
Well, I got to compete with your wiseness.
You and Faye Dunaway.
Yeah, thanks a lot. She's like 100 years older than I am.
Do you know how I found out, swear to God, about the Oscar thing?
How?
President Trump. His tweet.
Don't you have a freaking country to run?
Anyway, that's it. That's all I know about the Oscars. Somebody won, somebody lost. I don't know. Denzel Washington won another one. He
didn't.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Well, that's unusual. Did the movie win Fences or something?
Viola Davis won.
Viola Davis.
In it, and she's the first African American to win an Emmy, a Tony, and an Oscar.
Wow. I imagine you've dated a good number of guys who were fans of the Daytona 500. I don't know why I think that. I just think that.
I have not.
I think that's the kind of guy that you kind of attract.
You know, if we're talking about people that we attract, I mean,
Like,
you're mothball type woman who, you tried to date, the kind who uses, root cover up, touch up, and smells
Grandma.
like Jean Naté and wears chic jeans.
Anyway, you're kind. I picture you on a date with like Larry the Cable Guy with the flannel shirt with the sleeves.
Criminies.
You didn't. This was not your type.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that there's anything wrong with those people. Totally great, but I wasn't the kind of girl. I want someone who I have, common interests in, and I have zero interest in NASCAR.
You're not a NASCAR fan?
Negative.
Well, I've tried many times. I just don't get it.
It's like watching a hamster run in a wheel, around, 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 around.
It's like the Daytona 500 is like a big thing, like the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And if you talk to people, and I've talked to professional people who.
Wait, you talk to people? You're antisocial.
When I'm required to talk to people, the people I talk to, some people really like it. They're
huge fans. I have friends who go down there and camp out for it.
Yeah.
And, they'll go from race to race to race and follow these drivers around.
So the folks who love it really love it. I just don't. I don't get the constant left-hand turns, but. People went down to Daytona and they parked, they camped in the infield for 7 or 10 days.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
the thing I don't understand is just
Kurt Busch won, by the way.
Oh,
Kurt Busch.
Congratulations, Kurt Busch.
Busch is a big winner.
I guess so.
At the Daytona 500. So anyway, anything else about the Daytona 500? I don't know.
It's just not. Some people live by it and swear by it. It's not something I've ever been interested in.
All right, time, Helen, for you to pick a topic.
I pick a topic?
Yep, I'm going to give you a choice. You ready?
Okie dokie.
Hold on 1 second.
Do I get cool music too? Oh, this is like 1960s game show music.
All right, Helen, you got a choice.
Okay.
2 subjects.
Okay.
CJ's sleep habits or Helen's TV habits.
Oh, boy. We can do Helen's TV habits.
Let's do it. All right, HGTV, what is the deal?
I don't know. I just like getting ideas about how people enjoy decorating their house. I have to say I'm not the most awesome decorator in the world. I pick up pieces along the way. And, it's just not my thing, really.
What about the shows where they're buying houses like in the Virgin Islands, houses that you and I are never going to be able to afford?
It's okay to dream.
It's okay to dream?
I'll never see the inside of those frickin' houses.
You know why it's not okay to dream, Helen?
Why?
Because life is a nightmare.
Okay.
And if you dream, you're just going to be crushed.
You can dream the impossible dream.
There's a reason they call it impossible, Helen. Now, once in a while, you and I will get together on a show.
Victoria
on PBS. Which
The Crown.
You wouldn't expect big macho CJ Haddock to like that, but the Queen is a cute little minx. And
my God.
I love watching her do her thing.
Right.
And listen, how in the hell do you not like Slapshot? That movie
I'm
was...
not saying I don't like it. I just never really got into sort of watching it. I like it now that I've actually seen it, but...
You want to get freaked out a minute about Slapshot? When Slapshot was made, I was 12 years old.
And I was 0.
You were not born until the year after Slapshot premiered.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Creeper McJeeper.
Wow.
Man, how's it feel to be like the old man? Do you want me to get into your van and take your candy?
It feels exactly like you think it feels. Demoralizing. Jeopardy.
Oh, love Jeopardy. Could watch Jeopardy all day.
Do you not feel like people give you enough credit for being smart without you yelling out questions to a television? Do you not feel that you feel like you have to, What is Budapest? What is Cold Fusion?
I always feel like you're like a part of the show. I love it. And Alex with his wannabe witty comments, you know.
What is a super colliding superconductor?
Right. Alex, what is aging gracefully for 100?
I'll need that in the form of a question.
Yes.
So anyway, and the last one, and I don't want to bring the show down, Helen. So
horrible reality TV shows?
Yes. My 600-pound life. What are you doing? Why are you doing that?
Listen.
There
are two things. Okay, so that show makes me exercise. Every time I watch it, it makes me get up and exercise. It makes me more cognizant of the things that I eat.
Okay.
And then there's the show Hoarders. Hoarders makes me clean.
Now I kind of like Hoarders because
my God, it's
people,
so disgusting.
They're really kind of weird.
Well, this other lady that last week had some liquefied cat in her refrigerator. Like the cat died and she couldn't get rid of it, so she put it in her fridge and it turned into juice.
That's good. Cat juice. But some of these shows, and I guess I don't know why I don't think of Hoarders this way, but I feel much human pain, Helen. I collect human misery. Do you understand? And when I see these shows like 600-Pound Life, it just breaks my soul, Helen.
Well, I mean, you got to watch them through because a lot of people are pretty successful.
Do they get to go on the show, the 400-Pound Life? Is that?
You're such an idiot. There's definite progress for these people.
Okay.
But for me, sometimes I don't watch TV super often on my own where I get to pick because, you try to be the control freak with the remote. Right. But, when I do, I just want TV's almost like escapism for me. So I don't really, I'm going to escape into your problems because your problems will make my problems look like nothing.
Well, you will occasionally watch a documentary with me.
I love documentaries.
Outer space.
Love outer space.
History.
Love animal things like Animal Planet and things like that.
I don't like seeing animals get killed. I don't like animals killing each other. Again, to me, that brings me much suffering.
Well, I mean, it's what happens.
Well, I know, but goddamn it, I know it's what happens. So does murder and rape, but I don't watch shows about that.
Right. I mean, it's just
makes me
they
sad.
Don't have a lot of murder and rape shows.
You know that big stupid water buffalo? He's just trying to be a water buffalo, and then a goddamn crocodile comes out of nowhere, and his whole friggin' day is ruined.
It's kind of like me in the morning. I mean,
ruined.
I'm the crocodile. You're the water buffalo.
I don't. What? I don't. It's sad. I don't like watching a being's life end like that. It's just not a good way. But that's how it works in the jungle, Helen.
That's Mother Nature.
All right, we've exhausted TV. Now let's talk about my sleep habits.
Your sleep habits are. First of all, they're not human.
I'm not good. I'm not good at it.
Here's the thing: you don't do anything to help your own sleep habits.
Well, see, I think I am, though.
No, you don't. You make me listen to freaking ships hitting an iceberg. This is what you hear all night.
Let's see if I could get some of these sounds up, actually.
So he loves white noise, which I don't have a problem with. You want a fan, you want whatever, that's fine. But he finds the most obscure. He used to have this one station. It was like Sleep Melodies or something. Swear to God, it was hoogly boogly music. I would wake up scared because of this music. How in God's name is that supposed to make you sleep?
All right. So I've tried everything. I get up a lot during the night. I get up usually once or twice.
I can try a baseball bat.
That may be the only thing left. Sometimes I've tried to leave the TV on like I'm a little baby.
Right. And here's the thing. The problem with you is you're half deaf. So in order for you to hear the TV, you got to crank it up, which means in my sleep, I'm either, because it always has to be sports, I'm either, hearing about Derek Jeter or some basketball player that I could care less about. You got to give me a break.
Well, I've tried a couple of things. I tried some Delta brainwaves. Here's one I tried last night. This is called, let's see if I can play a couple of these.
Blue noise? Was that
yes.
what it was? Blue noise?
Yeah, this one's called blue noise. Where did blue noise go? Here it is. Just give this a listen, folks, for a couple of seconds. Now listen to that.
Don't you feel like instantly when I hear that, I feel like I'm bundled up in a parka in the Arctic.
It's so relaxing.
Surviving on seal meat and peeing in my furry pants.
Seal meat. That's great. Well, here's another one. This one is not your favorite. This is 8 hours of relaxing binaural sleep music.
Oh, Jesus, the hoogly boogly. Yeah. How about you people wake up to that?
That's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try waking up in the middle of the night to go pee, and that's what you hear.
But this is the one Helen was talking about. This one's called White Noise Sounds of Frozen Arctic Ocean.
Yeah.
This is a ship that's idling, a ship's engine idling in the Arctic Circle. It's an icebreaker, and it's just idling. And so far, this one has been the most successful for me. Hold on, see if I can pull this up.
I'm the king of the world. Yeah, that's what I have to hear.
Listen to that.
You try not peeing 17 times a night when all you hear is water.
It's not water. That's an engine.
Yeah, but it sounds like water.
There is some water underneath.
Thank you.
You hear that?
Yeah, Titanic.
That's
hitting the iceberg. Iceberg, dead ahead.
For some reason, that is very peaceful to me.
Really?
Yeah. Now, none of it works, by the way. None of it works because I'm
That's
still
as successful as my Himalayan salt lamps.
We talked to the, we talk about my pillow fort arrangement.
Yes, we talked about how you have like chicken legs in the morning when you're sitting like
frog legs.
Frog legs.
Yeah. And also,
how you push me away and then pull me close and push me away. And
yeah, because you're too much body heat. You're like an oven.
Oh, please.
And also, I don't mind sharing with our listeners. I still have it. I have a sleep hat with electrodes in it that measures my brain waves and gives off a.
So it's not only brain waves, like the hearing cap that you wear in your ears. It's also like in the room. I mean, come on now. You gotta give a girl a break.
Yeah, well.
Screw it.
You did that pretty good.
Let's do the news.
Let's go to the news. All right, Helen. Don't jump in too much and try to be funny this time.
Right.
This is the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast News Brief for the week of February 25th, 2017. Reports speculating that President Donald Trump has narcissistic personality disorder are misguided and incorrect, a leading psychiatrist argues this week. Dr. Alan Francis, professor emeritus of psychiatry at Duke University Medical College, wrote a book on it. He says, quote, most amateur diagnosticians have mislabeled President Trump with the diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder. I wrote the criteria that define this disorder, and Mr. Trump doesn't meet them, Dr. Francis wrote in a letter to the New York Times. Dr. Francis does conclude in his letter, however, that the president is, quote, a giant major asshole. President Trump's approval rating has dropped over the last month, with the majority of American voters now disapproving of his job performance, a new poll has found. In a national survey released Wednesday, Quinnipiac University found that 38% of American voters approve of Trump's job performance, while 55% disapprove.
Isn't it Quinnipiac?
I don't know. I think it's Quinnipiac.
No, I think it's Quinnipiac.
All right. Quinnipiac. Also, according to the poll by Quinnipiac, Mr. Trump now trails in popularity behind lint, cockroaches, and White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer's tailor. A day after delivering the first major foreign policy address of the Trump administration last week, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence toured a former concentration camp in southern Germany. The vice president looked mostly mystified after the visit, however, telling reporters that a visit to the camp did not appear to improve his ability to concentrate at all. Jupiter, the fifth and largest planet in the solar system, is currently being studied by NASA's Juno space probe. Juno, a reported $1.1 billion mission, was first launched in the summer of 2011. After nearly 5 years of traveling through space, it successfully began orbiting the gas giant in July of last year, according to CNN. In related news, Vice President Pence has been given the Secret Service codename Juno because he too orbits a gas giant closer to home, the one residing in the White House. In business news this week, American Airlines says its computers are again working at Philadelphia International Airport. The Federal Aviation Administration has also lifted a ground stop that kept American Airlines flights from heading to the city for hours earlier last week. The FAA said American systems at other airports, including at Pittsburgh International Airport, did not experience issues. Spokesman Robert Kurlick said airline operations had returned to normal, meaning widespread delays, surly flight attendants, and plenty of screaming children aboard almost every flight. Sweden may be an even friendlier place to work if a Swedish legislator has his way. A Swedish politician, Per-Erik Muskos, has proposed what may be the most unique work-related benefit ever, after he argued that workers should be allotted a paid hour-long break so they could have sex with their partners.
Wow.
The hour-long break for sex, according to the legislator, would leave most men about 56 minutes to get a sandwich, watch some TV, and head back to the office. And finally this week, Helen, Today Show host Hoda Kotb surprised audiences last Tuesday when she announced she had welcomed a daughter, Haley Joy, to her family through adoption. She's Valentine's baby, Kotb, 52, said, calling into the NBC morning show to discuss the big news. Quote, "She is the love of my life," end quote. During the call, Kotb said she settled on the name Haley Joy after considering the possibility of honoring her TV co-host, Kathy Lee Gifford, by naming the baby, quote, "Sloppy Late Morning Drunk." And that's this week's Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast News Brief. We'll be right back. Hello, Mom. I didn't get your message. What's up?
The message was to call me twice.
All right, well, I'm calling you, and you're on the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast.
Oh, dear God, just what you need.
Don't worry. I'm going to walk you through this whole thing. Say hi, Helen.
Hi, Mama Haddock. Listen, you're getting ambushed the way I get ambushed.
Oh, okay. I hope I can handle it as well as you, Helen.
We'll start you off with an easy one, Mom. Who's your favorite son?
Oh, easy.
Throw this
Easy.
poor woman right under the bus.
That's right. That's what he's going to do. All three of my children, my boys, are my favorite sons.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Awful. Just
You
awful.
are my firstborn son. So.
That's right. And
Okay.
would it be fair to say that you really did not match the splendor of the firstborn son?
I think she just kept trying to get the perfect kid, you know?
Oh, dear Lord. Listen, let me just give you a little clue.
Okay.
If you're going to call me again until I change phones, you got to call me twice.
Okay, I'll call you twice. What is there? So, should I turn around in the circle too, or what?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't go through the first time. Second time it goes through. I
Okay.
also don't get message notifications. I have to keep looking at it.
All right.
Boy.
And they tried it, and
Okay.
she said, it's just old.
All right. Just old like you, Mom. It's just old like you.
I'm proud of it. I earned every one of these white hairs.
Hey, listen, how you doing after that car accident you had earlier in the week?
Oh, I'm good. I have no physical problems, just a lot of mental ones.
Well, yeah, but mentally you weren't really much there to start with,
Oh, my goodness.
right?
What do you take after your father here?
I know. See?
Dear God.
Hey, before I forget, you should say hi to your nephew Michael. He's a big listener.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Michael. Hi, Michael.
So between Helen, Michael, and you, that pretty much is the podcast audience.
And don't forget our
That's
people in
right.
China.
Oh yeah, and in Greece, that's true.
Well, I enjoy it. I have a good time with this podcast.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
I do. I especially like the Greek session.
Yeah,
Oh, my gosh.
yeah, I like those too.
Yeah, I like that. It brings back a lot of old memories of the Slovak and Polish.
You have cows
Helen said-
and goats.
No, just chickens. My grandmother had chickens. No cows or goats.
Oh, this is great. Hey, you
She
want?
also had ducks that used to bite me when I would walk through the
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
They'd come up behind you and they'd go,
They like hiss and nip at you.
yes.
Yeah, they sound
yeah.
mean.
That's
They would
CJ.
nip at you.
Helen does that when I walk in the bedroom sometimes.
She hisses and nips at you.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
I hide under the covers.
while I have you here,
Yes.
Helen's nagging me about this stupid movie gift card for Christmas.
Yes.
What's going on with it?
Hey, don't worry, because when I went to Movies 14, the one guy that was on, the manager, says, oh, no, he checked, he can't do it. The first time he did it for me, and this time he didn't. So then when the other manager came on, I asked him, and he said, yeah, he'll do it this last time. See, they dropped Fandango.
Uh-huh.
They don't do Fandango anymore. So what he did was gave me rain checks for the $50 worth of rain checks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all cleared up. Now, you know why he did it? Because we go every single week
Sure.
is business.
Yeah,
Right.
you're a good customer.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely are. Even though we sneak in our own popcorn and snacks anymore.
Well,
Too
that
expensive.
secret's blown now. If any of those guys are listening to the podcast, although I guess
They'll
maybe
be
they're not.
checking purses.
Hey, did you so does that mean that Helen could stop nagging the shit out of me about this movie gift card then? Or-
Yes, it's settled.
So
But,
is Pops around at all or no? Well,
No, he's in Philadelphia.
all right. Well, we'll do him another time. He'll be another interesting interview too, I guess.
Oh, that will definitely be interesting.
Yeah, he'll be a whole ball of fun.
He will never be as boring as I am, son.
You're not boring. You're my favorite mother, just like I know I'm your favorite son. Even you won't say it in public.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
I'm your favorite mother. Oh, dear.
Boy.
Listen. I know it's a little bit late. I appreciate you answering the phone because
Not a problem, because I went to the movie and with
What'd you
Diane
see
and
this
came
week?
home. We saw The Lion.
Oh, I
Not
heard.
The Lion.
Is that the one
Yes.
with Nicole Kidman?
Yes.
How was it?
It was very good. It's a very, moving. I mean, it's kind of dreary type, but you feel so bad for the people in India.
I love
So
that.
bad.
I love feeling bad.
Dreary but heartwarming. I mean, he finds his mother in the end. Can you
Oh.
imagine, son, if I lost you
Uh-huh.
and then I saw you again?
Right.
That,
Oh.
a mother's
I
heart.
don't know that you could ever lose him, because him and his big mouth, you'd find him across the world.
Jesus. Wow. So it is late now. Is it true that you if any of my brothers called, you wouldn't have taken their call? Right? Is that right?
Oh Lord.
You are bad.
Listen, everybody knows it. I mean, there's no use hiding it.
Okay.
Honey, are you in need of an ego boost tonight or something? Is that
Tonight?
what's going on here?
How about always? Well, listen, Mom, thanks so much for talking to us. The podcast will be up probably, if not tonight, it'll be up tomorrow, and I'll let you know when it's up so you can listen. And now you can listen to yourself now.
Oh, I can listen to myself. Okay.
Yeah, it was a great interview. It's a great interview.
Oh,
We're gonna
sure
have
I did.
We're gonna have you back. I promise.
Yeah. Okay, Sonny boy.
All right, Mom.
Okay.
Good night, Mama.
Steve. Good night, Helen.
I love you.
Good night, dear.
Oh, that's
I
gold.
love you too, Sonny boy.
I love you.
Bye.
All right. Oh, that's gold. That is just gold. You know, she really probably should. She probably would feel better about things if she finally did admit that I was her favorite child. I don't know why she punishes herself in that way, but, I tried.
Shrinks get paid hundreds of dollars an hour to solve these dilemmas for you.
I tried. I tried telling her, get it out. Let it out.
Right.
Because if you let it out, then...
The way you let out your rage and frustration.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same exact thing.
Right.
You want to read an ad?
Sure.
All right, honey. This actually came to our house this week, so we can talk about it from personal experience. Blue Apron.
That's right.
Go ahead. Sing it, sister.
So, Dio, who is my younger brother, hi Dio, actually sent us for Christmas 2 weeks worth of Blue Apron. And Blue Apron is wonderful. It's different because not all ingredients are created equal. They send you fresh, high-quality ingredients that make a real difference. It is so important to know where your food comes from. Your personal experience with Blue Apron, the meal you cook, the ingredients, how it tasted, the way you felt cooking it will be great. For less than $10 a recipe, Blue Apron delivers to your door seasonal meals plus pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Actually, Alex, who's 15, went step by step and created a really wonderful meal that was delivered by Blue Apron. Blue Apron knows that when you cook with incredible ingredients, you make incredible meals. So they set the bar really high for their community of artisanal suppliers, family-run fisheries, and ranchers. Whether it's Japanese ramen noodles, wild cod, or heirloom tomatoes, Blue Apron is bringing you their very best. Customize your recipes each week based on your preferences. It is a great way to eat well. Choose delivery options to fit your needs. There's no weekly commitment, so you only get deliveries when you want them. Each meal comes with an easy-to-follow, step-by-step recipe card and pre-proportioned ingredients that can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com. You'll love how good it tastes. Creating incredible meals with Blue Apron. Don't wait, blueapron.com, a better way to cook.
Nailed it as always, honey. Listen, we're going to let you end the show with a bang. Let's just discuss what happened this weekend out at Heinz Field between the Flyers and the Penguins.
Boom.
It was
4-2.
4-2. I predicted it was going to be 5-1, and
Right.
it was as I suspected.
Well, first we thought it was going to end up being like water polo because it was so warm these past couple of days.
That's true.
So nobody expected anything, but
Thankfully, the cold front came through.
it did, and it was actually snowing during the actual game itself. But
Yeah.
Pittsburgh really went all out for it. It's moments like this that I miss being home. But
It was a nice, it was well done game. Basically, it was the death knell for the Flyers' playoff hopes.
oh, I mean, listen, they can surge at any point in time.
Yeah.
They got to get their heads on straight. All in all, I mean, there were a lot of times where I was watching the game that I, honest to God, thought it could have gone either way.
Yeah,
The Penguins were pretty errant with their passes, and it wasn't, the best of times, but it was close.
It was never close, and there was not a goddamn moment when I thought the game was close. And I appreciate you trying to be nice, but it was an ass beating. I'm looking here again for some of my brilliant Facebook observations during the game. Philadelphia is deciding whether or not they're going to try to trade some players at the trading deadline and just look ahead to next year. Here's what I wrote. I think it was like midway through the second period on Facebook. Quote, ever see a cat screw with a mouse before tearing its head off? Like holding its little tail down with a paw while the poor mouse scurries in place? That's what the Pens are doing to my Flyers at Heinz Field. And then I think it was 3-2, and then it was 4-2, and I went on Facebook again, and in my sorrow and misery, I wrote, that was just the sound of a cat tearing the head off of the mouse.
Yeah.
I'm not in a good place hockey-wise with the Flyers. I'm just not in a happy place. But your boys are playing good. They look very strong, and I'm in for another long spring with you, I think. That's what I think.
It's a testament to our love, the fact that...
It is. That's a good way of putting it. A testament to our love. What a bunch of horse shit.
Listen, I'm trying to help your sorry behind right now.
Testament to our love.
Because,
it's a testament to my goddamn misery is what it's a testament to.
No, it's a testament to me not punching you in the mouth every time you act like the Penguins are going to whoop on you, which they do, but,
Yes, they do. Honey, you always make the show better. Thanks again. All right, gang, thanks so much for staying with us. That was this week's Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast. Thanks to show producer H2 Helen Haddock again. Thank you, sweet darling.
Oh, you're welcome. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Check us out now. Send us an email, painangercomedy@gmail.com, with show ideas, questions for CJ or Helen. And you can get us, of course, on iTunes. You can subscribe there and rate us. We're also available on SoundCloud. You can also get episodes directly from our website, painangercomedy.wordpress.com. Thanks very much to my mom for taking a phone call late in the evening for her.
Mama Haddock rules.
In the meantime, Helen, stay angry.
Stay funny.
We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Peace and hair grease.
Peace and hair grease.
The guy must have some serious balls to be Trump's,
Serious what?
serious cojones.
We just started watching.
We watched The Crown.
We just started washing. What the hell?
Walking?
Hang in there, Siege. Hang in there. Dr. Alan Francis, Professor Emeritus of Psychiatry. Mother shit. I do have butcher hands and tiny little cocktail sausage fingers, but Helen, you heard me playing the guitar again.
I did. You
Pretty
shred.
good. I do shred, don't I?
My own personal Slash.
I'm more like a parentheses. No, do it again. The vice president mostly, son of a bitch, do it again. American Airlines says its computers are again working at Philadelphia International Airport, and the federal